So, it's that holiday season again, which can mean only one thing. Mark's going to give you another Christmas tune to learn as an easy bass solo for impressing all your friends or for a lovely sing-along by the fire. This year, let's look at an Irving Berlin classic, White Christmas, that I'm sure you all know as sang by Bing Crosby on the film Holiday Inn. I've made it as easy as possible for you with lots of nice open string drones and simple double stops. So, let's have a listen. Here I'm playing it in A major, and all the tab of this arrangement is over there at the TalkingBass website, so just follow the link in the info below. So we begin with this bar. So we just begin in there with this little major third there on the A, 7th fret D string, and the 6th fret on the G string. And we're playing the open A string. So there we just have this nice little, well, it's a double stop pretty much, but we've got the third of the chord there in the melody. So, and then we just play the open A again afterwards twice. And then we have, so we're just using these thirds here. So we've got the B and the D there, 9th fret D string and the 7th fret on the G string. Then back down to that A again, the A and the C sharp then. And then we just take that major third down, a half step, and back. So 7th fret D string, 6th fret on the G string, down to 6th fret on the D string and 5th fret on the G string. So, and you can just put another open A there in between. So, all of that. So, you can just use 2 fingers for this, and an important part of this is the picking hand. So, you can see I've got this open kind of hammer claw here, so I'm just resting the forearm there on the bass. I'm using the thumb for taking the A string and E string pretty much, and then the first and second fingers take the D and the G string. Okay, so we've just got that action, so. Next we have, so all we have here is pretty much a B minor chord. So we've got the 7th fret E string, 9th fret A string, and then the 7th fret up on the G string. So I'm barring across with that first finger. So I'm pretty much catching the G string with the underside of that joint there, and then the end of the finger takes the E string. And then I've just got the third finger there, taking that 9th fret on the A string. Okay, so that's just a basic B minor chord. So, and then you can just alternate between the A string and E string. So, and then, so we've got an F dominant 7 chord there. So we've got the 8th fret A string, 7th fret D string, 8th fret on the G string. And then there's that E major. So 7th fret A string, 6th fret on the D string, and 9th fret on the G string. So you just have to get used to that movement of the fingers. A lot of these chordal pieces like this is just getting used to the actual automation of the fingers on certain frets moving all at the same time. So, but then when it comes to the actual finger picking there, I'm playing the G string and A string and then the D string. So I'm playing with the second finger and the thumb and then the first finger. Then same again for that chord. So it's worth trying to get the chord just as a block chord, but then so very slowly. So all of that so far. So after playing that E there, you can then play that G sharp at the 6th fret of the D string and then hit the open E afterwards. So we've got that full chord across all 4 strings. Then we have this cool little move. So here we're playing the open D string, we're playing the A at the 12th fret of the A string and the F sharp there at the 11th fret of the G string. Okay, so it's a little bit odd in that the note on the A string is actually a lot higher than the note on the D string, which is the open D. Okay, so we're using that open D as a drum because we're actually on a D major chord here. So we begin by just playing the D string and then the A string. And then we play the D string and the G string together. Okay? And then we hit that A string again. And then that move of D and G string played together and then the A string we repeat as we move this pattern up and down. So then, oops. Okay, so then we just shift up. So then we've got the 13th fret on the G string and the 14th fret on the A string. So, and then we move up again. So then we've got the 14th fret G string and the 16th fret on the A string. So, and then up to the top where we've got the 16th fret on the G string and the 17th fret on the A string. So the open D is there all the time. And then back down. So we're working up through that. So okay, so that's the notes to get on the top, and then so it's just those 2 notes. Just those little sixths in there. So you can just play that and then bring the open D into play. So and for all of that, I'm just using the first and second finger. I find that a bit easier than trying to swap, and bring the third finger into play. And you can just slide them up and it gives you that kind of droning sound. And then we just hit this A major chord. So we've got the C sharp and the E up on the top, so that's the 11th fret D string and 9th fret on the G string, that little third there, and the open A string. Okay, so all of that. So after you've hit that chord, then you can hit the open A again. And then just hit that C sharp on the D string again, just for good measure, just to fill it out. So all of that so far. Then at the end of that bar, to lead us into the next section, we have, because we're on that E chord, so 7th fret on the A string there, first finger, and then A and the B, 7th and 9th frets on the D string. So we come back to the E each time. And I'm just using the thumb and the first finger there. So. So again, we're back to our original A chord that we started with there. So we play that. So we've got the open A, then the A and the C sharp. So 7th fret D string, 6th fret on the G string. So play the chord, then the open A again, and then you play the top 2 notes. And then it switches to an A7, so we've got the 5th fret D string, 6th fret G string, so the G and the C sharp. And then just slide up into this, which is the F sharp and the C sharp up at the top there. So it's just a little barring, just a little 4th there on the 11th fret. 11th fret D string and G string. So you play that little tritone and then slide up with the 1st finger. Then after hitting that 4th, you hit the open A string again, and then the E at the 14th fret of the D string, which is the melody note leading us into the next bit. So again, all of that so far. Then we have another little odd bit where we play this. So again, the melody note is going to be on the lower string. So we're playing the melody note, the high A there at the 12th fret of the A string, while we're playing the open D, which is the root note. Okay, so it's just a little bit odd that the lower note is on the higher string. So the melody here is. So we're going to hit the E there at the 9th fret of the G string eventually, and we're just filling it out with the open D. So with the open D. So hit the open D before the A on the repetitions there. So together and then open D and in, open D again, and then you hit the E with the open D. That 9th fret on the G string, you hit it with the open D. So then we hit another little double stop. So we've got the B and the D here, so 9th fret D string and 7th fret G string. So then back into that starting A that we have with the 7th fret D string, 6th fret on the G string. So hit the open A again. So here we're going to be coming down. So it's just minor third, major third, minor third, minor third. So we've got that 9th fret on the D string and 7th fret on the G string. Then we come down to that A again. So 7th fret D string, 6th fret on the G string. And then, so 2 minor thirds moving down. So G sharp and B. So that's going to be 11th fret A string, 9th fret on the D string. And then just move that pattern down a whole steps to the F sharp and the A. So that's 9th fret on the A string and 7th fret on the D string. So if you're having any problems with remembering any of these bits, just take it in tiny chunks. Like if you're having problems with that, just practice that bit. Just get that line down. So okay, so now we just have this finishing E here for this section. So the key here is to play an extended power chord pretty much. So it's just root 5th and octave there. So you have the open E string, then 7th fret A string and 9th fret on the D and G strings. Like good old power chord. So, and then we just finger pick up through it. So in groups of 3, so E string, A string, D string, A string, D string, G string. And then D string and G string again to finish, and then we move up into this major third on the E, 14th fret D string, 13th fret G string. So, and the open E there is ringing out still, so we've got this nice finish to the chord. So again, play this in small chunks and then just start adding them together. So we're halfway through here. So now let's just try playing through it again. So we're halfway through, but we've learned a lot more than half of it because we're going to repeat a lot of it. So on the repeat we have So once we get to that melody note of the E, then we switch to up to this D major. So for that chord we have this, which is a D major. So 17th fret A string, 16th fret on the D string, and 14th fret on the G string. And I'm using the 3rd, 2nd, and 1st fingers there. Okay, so just a basic major triad. And then you can arpeggiate it. And then we just drop that 3rd down to the minor 3rd to make it a D minor. So take the 16th fret down to the 15th fret on the D string. So, okay, so that's just D major to D minor, that lovely little move. So at all points here, always remember that top note that we're playing, we've got the D major, that top note, that's the melody note. So in all of this, that top note that we're playing on the G string, or sometimes the D string, or even sometimes the A string, is the melody. Then we drop down to this. So we've got a major 3rd there, so that's going to be the 8th fret A string, 7th fret on the D string. Then we just have this perfect 5th here on the E, so that's going to be 7th fret A string, 9th fret on the D string. Leading us back in, so. Then we have our good old A down here. So play the whole chord there, open A string and then back to the chord. And then we have, so we have a B minor chord here, so 14th fret A string, 12th fret D string, 11th fret on the G string. Then we drop down and we have this G sharp at the 6th fret of the D string and harmonize it with the E at the 7th fret of the A string. So we play the G sharp first and then hit the E there at the 7th fret. So, and then to finish, we're just going to have B flat major 7 to A major. So that's 13th fret A string, 12th fret D string, 14th fret on the G string, 2nd, 1st, and 3rd fingers, and then the A major, 12th fret A string, 11th fret D string, 14th fret on the G string. So a little jazzy finish. So hit the major 7 chord, arpeggiate and A major, and then you can hit the open A to finish it all off. So from that D major we have and that's it. So, like I said, you want to try this in very small chunks, playing it very slowly, and don't worry about getting it in time or anything like that. Especially with a solo arrangement like this, you really don't have to be in time. You can just be as legato as you want. So, you can be playing... You don't have to play it in time. So you can just move around with it, but just take it in small steps, even if it's just playing one chord. So, and then just getting that down. Don't learn the whole thing and play it badly. Take that first part. Just get that down. If you've never played any chords before on bass, it's going to be a little bit tricky. Okay, so that's White Christmas. If you want to learn some more Christmas solos like this, there are a couple more here and here. Check those out for some more easy introductions to chordal playing. And it just leaves me to wish you all a very Merry Christmas, and I'll see you for the end of year Talking Bass video next week. So, I'll see you there.